Coverdale Bible, The Gospel of St. John. Summary to Chapter 9. Christ maketh the man to see that was born blind, wherethrough he getteth himself more displeasure among the Jews and Pharisees. The 9th chapter. And Jesus passed by, and saw a man that was born blind. And his disciples asked him, and said, Master, who hath sinned, this or his elders, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, Neither hath this sinned, nor his elders, but that the works of God should be showed on him. I must work the works of him that hath sent me, while it is day. The night cometh, when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he hath thus said, he spat on the ground, and made clay of the spittle, and rubbed the clay on the eyes of the blind, and said unto him, Go thy way to the pool of Siloam, which is interpreted sent, and wash thee. Then went he his way, and washed him, and came seeing. The neighbors and they that had seen him before, that he was a beggar, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? Some said, It is he. Others said, He is like him. But he himself said, I am even he. Then said they unto him, How are thine eyes opened? He answered and said, The man that is called Jesus made clay, and anointed mine eyes, and said, Go thy way to the pool of Siloam, and wash thee. I went my way, and washed me, and received my sight. Then said they unto him, Where is he? He said, I cannot tell. Then brought they unto the Pharisees him that a little before was blind. It was the Sabbath, when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. He said unto them, He put clay upon mine eyes, and I washed me, and now I see. Then said some of the Pharisees, This man is not of God, seeing he keepeth not the Sabbath. But the other said, How can a sinful man do such tokens? And there was a strife among them. They said again unto the blind, What sayest thou of him, that he hath opened thine eyes? He said, He is a prophet. The Jews believed not him, that he was blind, and had received his sight, till they called the elders of him, that had received his sight. And they asked them, and said, Is this your son, whom ye say was born blind? How doth he now see then? His elders answered them, and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. But how he now seeth, we cannot tell, or who hath opened his eyes, can we not tell. He is old enough himself. Ask him. Let him speak for himself. This said his elders, because they feared the Jews. For the Jews had conspired already, that if any man did confess that he was Christ, the same should be excommunicated. Therefore said his elders, He is old enough, ask him. Then called they the man again that was blind, and said unto him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He answered and said, Whether he be a sinner or no, I cannot tell. One thing am I sure of, that I was blind, and now I see. Then said they unto him again, What did he unto thee? How opened he thine eyes? He answered them, I told you right now. Heard ye it not? What? Will ye hear it again? Will ye also be his disciples? Then rated they him, and said, Thou art his disciple. We are sure that God spake with Moses. As for this fellow, we know not whence he is. The man answered and said unto them, This is a marvelous thing, that ye wot not whence he is, and he hath opened mine eyes. For we know that God heareth not the sinners. But if any man be a fearer of God, and doth his will, him heareth he. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? If this man were not of God, he could have done nothing. They answered and said unto him, Thou art altogether born in sin, and teachest thou us? And they thrust him out. Jesus heard that they had thrust him out, and when he had found him, he said unto him, Believest thou on the Son of God? He answered and said, Lord, who is it, that I might believe on him? Jesus said unto him, Thou hast seen him, and he it is that talketh with thee. He said, Lord, I believe. And he worshipped him. And Jesus said, I am come to judgment into this world, that they which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisees that were with him heard this, and said unto him, Are we then blind also? Jesus said unto them, If ye were blind, ye should have no sin. But now that ye say, We see, therefore your sin remaineth.